Welcome, I'm Chris Tinsley. This is Finances for Everyone, where your financial health matters. Today, we're going to be talking about how to move from being broke and hopeless to being happy by setting goals and sticking to them. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you want to find out more about financesforeveryone.com, go to the show notes and click on financesforeveryone.com. All right, welcome to today's video. Now, today I want to take a little shift in focus, and I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the hard times that you may be going through, or that you may have family members or friends that are going through. Maybe right now you're struggling because you just lost a job and you're trying to figure out how you're going to make ends meet and how you're going to get another job. Maybe you're just in a whole lot of debt right now. Maybe you have a sick friend or relative. Maybe you're just in a dead-end job that you say, I don't want to stay in this job forever. I would like to move on to some bigger and better things. And some people just can't find the meaning in life, and they want to know how they can have a more fulfilling life. And I understand this, throughout your life, you go through different phases in your life, that you have things going good and there's no problems at all. And then it just seems like other times in your life, you just cannot have things go your way at all. And just things keep going wrong for whatever the reason is. And so I don't have the fix for all your problems, but today we're going to talk about some of the financial issues that a lot of people have and kind of how you can step through the process of dealing with those issues without getting overwhelmed and without getting so hopeless and maybe even in more debt that you're going to make things even worse. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to start with identifying the problem. So you lost your job. So what is the problem? Obviously, in this case, you may not have any money in the bank. So maybe you don't have an emergency fund that is going to get you, until you find another job. So that's a huge problem. You need to worry first about feeding your family. So another problem that you may have is just being in debt. It doesn't seem like there is ever enough money at the end of the month. I'm always $50 short. I'm always $500 short, whatever it is, every single month. And you just find yourself going into more and more debt. Maybe that's credit card debt. Maybe you just can't stop yourself from buying things. So identifying the source of the problem here is going to really find out why that you are spending more money, really identifying what is the source of, spending all of that money every single month, and what can you do to make it better. What you don't want to do is you don't want to dwell on that stress. Now, I'm not talking about going out there and going to the bar and binge drinking. I'm not talking about sitting on your couch all day long, eating chips, watching Netflix. What I am talking about is just not having a negative attitude, not just saying my life is so difficult, I can never get through it. You may do that for the first, hour or so of when something terrible happens. But if you get stuck in that, you're never going to be able to get out of your problems. So dwelling on that stress is not positive, but dwelling on solutions is positive. And in the end of the day, for most of these issues, it comes down to being a math problem. Now, I understand there may be a lot of social problems or things that are going on around you that contributed to why, this specific situation happened to you. But in the end, it's a math problem. If you lost your job, you need to figure out how to get another job or make more money. If you're in debt, you need to figure out how to spend less money, and you need to figure out how to maybe make a little bit more money. So that is, the simple answer to how you can fix your problem is, make more money. That's what people always say. But it's a step-by-step incremental change that is hard to identify in certain problems that you may have. And you may have to brainstorm and get with other people to be able to figure it out. Now, when people tell you, that you just need to make more money or you need to spend less, that makes it a math problem. But there's a lot of other factors that go into, fixing your problem that a math problem isn't going to fix. And one of those things is your comfort. So a lot of people value their comfort. They want their family to be safe and comfortable. And so, telling somebody just to cut their expenses down to nothing, it's a hard thing to do because you're sacrificing that person's comfort. Another one is security. A lot of people don't want to take, if they do have a little bit extra money, they don't want to take all of that money and they don't want to pay it down towards the debt because that doesn't make them feel secure anymore. And the other thing is fun. Some people just like to have fun. They don't want to stress about bills. They don't want to think about them in their life. So there can be a lot of other factors outside of just, make more money, spend less money, that you have to take into consideration for yourself and when you're talking to other friends and families that are going through tough times. So first off, before you do anything drastic, you need to take those first steps to be able to stay afloat. So if you lost your job, you need to figure out how you're going to feed your family. Before you make any grand goal or anything like that, you need to figure out how you're going to get that next meal. That may take some creativity on your part, and it may take some being humble on your part. Maybe you have to go down to the food pantry and you have to get a free meal. Maybe you have to be humble just to be able to feed your family. Maybe you have to go out there and you have to drive some Uber Eats. You have to do something extra for a couple hours that day. Something that you weren't expecting to do. It was not pleasant, but you need to feed your family. And that is the next step. So you need to stay afloat for whatever your issue is and just make it through to the next step. So I would say before you can make smaller goals, you need to first make a little bit bigger goal so that you can figure out what you are working towards. So if you have a lot of debt, maybe you need to just say, my goal is to get this much debt paid off in the next 1 year. So that's a big goal. Even if you're not sure if you can actually meet it, setting a big goal is better than setting a really small goal, because you have nothing to work towards. You're not going to have to be creative, and you're just going to maybe meet that goal and then you just be stuck in your same lifestyle. But make a little bit bigger goal, maybe a year out, that you can actually find some incremental small steps that you can work towards. So that's when you need to break down your big goal. So if you have a 1 year goal, you need to say, what do I need to be doing in the next 6 months to be able to meet that 1 year goal? You need to break down that big goal. So maybe you need to say, what do I need to have done in the next 6 months so I can meet that big goal? And then as you break it down even more, say, all right, well, in the next 3 months, what do I need to be doing? And you're going to break this goal down all the way down until what you can be doing at this very moment. So you're going to break it down to a month. You're going to break it down to a week, a day, an hour, and right now, what you can be doing to meet that goal. So if you're trying to meet and make $20,000, your right now goal may be, all right, well, I need to look for some side jobs that I can be doing. That is what I can be doing right now. I'm going to go and I'm going to look for some side jobs and say, maybe, as I figure this out, I know that I need to work an extra 10 hours every single week to be able to pay this debt off. So how can I be working an extra 10 hours a week? So maybe that's what you're figuring out, in the next week. And then as you go through that, that you need to save a certain amount in this month, in this 2 month period, and so on, to be able to reach your final goal of paying off maybe that $20,000 worth of debt that you have sitting on you right now. So being able to break down a bigger goal into smaller steps is really empowering, because if you were to do it opposite, you make a big goal and you don't break it down into small steps, you're never going to reach that goal. Same thing if you make a small goal and you don't really know what you're working towards. If you say, well, I just want a couple more hours every week, you might go out there and you might just spend it on something frivolous. You might go out there and buy things that you don't need, instead of saying, no, this money is earmarked to be able to pay off my big debt. So being able to do that in your life is going to be very freeing, and it's going to take off some of the stress of focusing on the problems, but you're actually looking for a solution to be able to help you out through tough times. Another awesome motivation factor that you can do for yourself is that you can look back and see how it is going. So maybe you look back and say, in a month, how did I do? And you look at it and you say, look, I paid an extra $1,500 off this month towards my debt. That is awesome. I am reaching my goals. That is what I wanted to do. And you do that at each step of the way so that you're staying motivated as you're going through it. And you want to tell other people about this. You want to get other supporters. So friends that are going to be supportive. You want to tell family members that are going to be supportive so that they can help you stay motivated. Because it could be hard sometimes to find a job. It can be hard to pay off debt and reduce your lifestyle in a different way. But if you have people around you that can help you get through those tough times, you are going to be better off than you were before. And finally, never let it happen again. So I know that things happen in life, but if you tell yourself up front that you're never going to let it happen again, when you do have something terrible happens and you think that you're going to have to take out that payday loan, you think you're going to have to, use your credit card for this or that purchase, try to look for a different way that you could get that done. Because when you say it never is going to happen again, and it does happen again, you just got to get back up and keep on moving. However, you're going to feel disappointed in yourself. So you're going to want to try to find a different solution so that whatever it is, does not happen again in your life. And really, eventually what you're going to be able to do is, going through these tough times, you're going to be able to help out other people when they're going through tough times and be some positivity in their life, and you can help them be able to improve their lifestyle just like you were able to do for yourself. So those are a couple tips that I have. If you're feeling broke and you're feeling hopeless, you want to be happy someday, you just need to set your goals and you need to stick to it. Make your smaller goals so that you can see incremental change every single day. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you want to find out more information, go to the show notes and click on financesforeveryone.com. Read our blog, get a free gift by filling out your information in the banner, or check out our real estate course. You can also find us on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts by typing in Finances for Everyone. Till next time.